Good day, Dr. Fazima and fellow classmates. Today I would like to talk about fish migration. I will be focusing more on the different types of fish migration. But first of all, I would like to talk about the importance of fish migration. Fish migrate because it is the part of the process of their daily life. They migrate from few meters to thousands of kilometers. It varies depending on the species. This is part of a regular basis to the fishes. They migrate because they want to spawn, because they need to find food to survive. That is the reason why they need to migrate, to continue to survive in their life. Other than that, the fishes also migrate because they want to protect themselves from predators, and they want to protect and survive from extreme climatic conditions. And also they migrate because they want to increase their genetic diversity of their species. There are many types of fish migration. So first of all, potamodromous migration. This is the migration where the fishes they only migrate within the freshwater only. They migrate from one habitat to another habitat for spawning or feeding purposes. So, for example, fishes that the species that perform this kind of migration, which is catfishes or carps. So next is oceanodromous migration, ocean. So obviously will be the migration of fishes within saltwater only for to find suitable feeding and spawning ground. For example, tuna. Next up is the diadromous. Diadromous, there are three more subsection of the migration. Diadromous migration is the migration of fishes from saltwater to freshwater, or from freshwater to saltwater. So under diadromous, first of all will be anadromous. Anadromous is the migration of fishes, which these fishes they live most of their life in the ocean, but when they breed in the freshwater. They swim up to the freshwater. For example, fishes that perform anadromous migration, which are lampreys, sturgeons, salmons, and some shades. So next is catadromous. Catadromous is the fishes that live in the freshwater and swim up to the saltwater to breed. For catadromous migration, the example of fish, the migration that perform this kind of migration will be eel, American eel and European eel. Thirdly is the amphidromous. Amphidromous is the migration where the fishes they move between fresh and saltwater during their life cycle, but not for breeding purpose, but it's part of their life cycle. So next up is the latitudinal migration. Latitudinal migration is the migration of fish from north to south or vice versa. For example, swordfish, where they migrate to north in spring and migrate to south in the autumn. The next migration will be vertical migration. Vertical migration is the also for swordfish, whereby it is a migration, a daily migration. where they migrate from the surface water, whereby there's a lot of plankton that's on the surface water for food lah, basically for food. And then after eating or feeding, they will be swimming back to the deep layers of the water. And next up is the shoreward migration. Shoreward migration is basically a temporary migration. It is the migration of fish from water to the land. For example, eel, where they migrate from one pond to another pond via the moist meadow grass. Climbing perch, Anabas testudinus, migrating from water to land, or they can even climb trees to a height of several feet. Next up is the overwintering. Overwintering migration is basically just migration that involves the migration of fishes away from the feeding ground towards wintering grounds. So this migration, it only applies to fishes that have wintering ground. Next up is the feeding migration. Feeding migration is basically the movement of fishes from spawning or overwintering grounds to the feeding grounds. Feeding migration can be passive, either passive or active. And last but not least is the spawning migration. Spawning migration is basically for the spawning purposes, whereby spawning migration, it is an adaptation for ensuring the most favorable conditions for the development of the eggs and the larvae of the fishes. So this migration basically gives protection to the fishes at the early stages from any potential predators. So guys, that's it for my video. Thank you for watching and hope you guys enjoyed the video just now.